welcome to Little Learners. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about a very special book. This is Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. Now, you may have seen this across social media, across the internet, or even in your friend's bookcase. But have you got one? Because you need one. This book is wonderful, and I'm going to try to tell you why. So if you've never seen this book before, the idea behind it is that it is filled with stories about women who have overcome some kind of adversity or have taken steps to go against the norm, who have helped pave the way for women in today's society. All then gaining the label, I suppose, of being a bit of a rebel. Hence the name Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. The reason they are goodnight stories, I think, although this may not be the main reason, is because they are all very short. They are all just one page long, and so they make really good bedtime reading. And also I think it's lovely because they're very short, so you can get through them quickly, so you then have a little bit of time to talk about the story that you've just read. The first thing I want to say about this book is that even though it is titled Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls, and it is very important that young girls learn about strong female role models, it's also very important for boys to do the same. So I would highly recommend this book to anyone with children, whether they are girls or boys. I would also recommend this book to adults because as an adult, I have really enjoyed reading this and I have learnt a lot. So the creators of this book, Eleanor and Francesca, have done a wonderful job of collating stories from across the world, across time, about strong women. Now, there are obvious reasons as to why it's important for young girls to know about strong women throughout history. It is important for them to know that they are not limited by their gender and that they can achieve anything they want to. And if society, the law, the world feels like it's against them because of their gender, they can do something to change it. Likewise, it is very important for young boys to understand the same thing, for them to stand in solidarity with young girls and to pave the way for a better future. I'm going to show you a few parts of this book. Now, one of the brilliant things about this book is that for every single story in it, a different author has illustrated it. These illustrations are absolutely stunning. They are just wonderful. You could probably tell I love them. The great thing about them is that they are very diverse. They all incorporate different styles, different kinds of colours. It's really lovely because just like the women in this book, the illustrations are very different and all equally beautiful and important. I particularly like this one of Elizabeth I. Looking good, Liz? I'm going to read you a bit of a preface of this book so that I can accurately put across what they are trying to in their own words. It is important that girls understand the obstacles that lie in front of them. It is just as important that they know that these obstacles are not insurmountable, that not only can they find a way to overcome them, but that they can remove these obstacles for those who will come after them, just like these great women did. Says it all, really. I have a lot of favourite stories in this book. It's difficult to choose just one. If I had to choose just one, it would probably be the Bronte Sisters, because I have spent a lot of my educational career poring over their books and poetry and just their life story in general. I absolutely love the Bronte Sisters, and so I was really excited to see that they featured in this book, and quite rightly too. Theirs was a story I already knew of. But how about a story that I didn't already know, of which there are plenty in this book, which is quite sad really, that I have reached the grand old age of 26 without knowing about so many of these historically wonderful, amazing, courageous women. So let me find one that I really enjoy that I didn't know before I bought this book. Coy Mathis. This is the story of a girl who was born as a boy, but always knew she wanted to be a girl, that she was a girl. What I really like about this story is the way that it's written, and that's the same for all of these stories. They are written in a way that children can understand. They don't remove any of the very important and maybe slightly controversial or difficult topics for parents to talk to their children about. They don't remove those, which is very important, but they also explain them in a very child-friendly way. So of course, this story introduces the topic of being transgender, and that is a thing and it's okay. Coy was born a boy. She didn't want to be a boy. She felt that she was a girl, so she was a girl. That's what I really love about this story, and I'm so glad that it was included. And just look at this illustration. Isn't it just gorgeous? I love it. So cute. Now, one of possibly the most exciting things about this book is that right at the back, when you finish reading all of these amazing stories, you get to write your own story. You get to draw your own portrait and start writing about you. Your child can write about themselves and what's important about them and what they are proud of about themselves. Maybe they even want to write about a role model in their own lives, a woman who they look up to. I just think that anything that's going to celebrate the fact that girls can do anything is so important. I wish I'd had a story like this when I was younger. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved and adored stories of princesses, damsels in distress. I loved them, and I still do. But it's important to also remember that real women do real things to change the world. Now, I have spoken to the people at Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls, and they have very kindly given me a discount code for my viewers to get 15% off this amazing book. So if you want to, I will leave the link in the description below, and the discount code is RebelLearners15 for 15% off of your order. There is also a Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls 2, which I don't have yet, so I'm going to go off and buy that after I finish filming and editing this video. I love this book, and I really do think that it should be in every classroom and every home. Also, what I love about this is that children can have it read to them, and then when they can read themselves, they can continue reading them for years and years to come. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps out my channel. And don't forget to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, you can click on the bell icon so you get a notification every time I post a new video, so you never miss a thing. I know lots of you watching aren't subscribed. I appreciate you just as much as I appreciate my subscribers, but please subscribe because that would be great. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.